The Chicago Bears are getting ready, and they should be coming close to announce the final roster. The final roster of what the Chicago Bears for 2024 will look like. We got some updates coming up, and we already got some news and information that's out there. Y'all know we gonna talk about it and break it all down, but you gotta hear the music first.
Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Y'all are tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears. I'm Bobby. I'm holding it down while the guys get situated. Make sure if you join it, you hit the like button and you subscribe to the channels, because every time the Bears got something going on, we will have something going on as well to bring y'all the latest. Y'all already know. So before we get an announcement on what the final roster will look like, we're going to go over and look over some of the players that's already been out of there. And I know that Hayes talked about it extensively already. So we just going to kind of just give my viewpoints on everything. Right now, some of these cuts haven't, you know what I'm saying? Looking at everything, the most surprising one, I ain't going to lie, was J. Tyree Carter for me. Um, that was one of them I didn't really see coming. Well, I wouldn't say that, but I was hearing some things late, towards the end of training camp that his job was kind of in jeopardy. I thought that when during the preseason, when he seen him in action, he was good. But obviously the Bears, felt like he wasn't a part of the future plans anymore. Another one was the release of Brett Rippon and Austin Reed. I imagine one of those guys, my homie Roberto. I imagine that Rippon or Reed, one of those guys, will be ending up on the practice squad for the Chicago Bears. I'm more expecting Austin Reed to be that guy. I'm looking at Brett Rippon, who probably want to go and see if he can have an opportunity, you know what I'm saying, elsewhere before he makes a decision to be a practice squad guy. Me, honestly, I thought the Bears was going to go in and keep 3 people on the squad simply because I thought it was a rule that you can have 3 quarterbacks on the squad now. And it wouldn't count towards the 53 men. I guess it's got to be some type of pathway for that. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe you guys got to add them on to the practice squad. Maybe we'll definitely have more clarification on that rule for sure. Then we talk about Colin Johnson, man. Unfortunate preseason. What up, though? Unfortunate preseason for Colin Johnson. Came out in that Hall of Fame game. A lot of people liked him, including myself. I really, really wanted to see more because he brought a different type of profile of a wide receiver that the Chicago Bears, in my opinion, doesn't have. And I would have liked to see him earn another opportunity, but injuries got in the way, and sometimes you just can't bank on it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they hanging on to the list of shot. It's definitely been taking a minute. That's what had me on the late start, for sure. For sure. Another one that I was a bit surprised at was the release of Greg Stroman Jr. You know what I'm saying? It was a tough one. You know what I'm saying? I knew that Reddy was up in there. Greg Stroman Jr. was up in there. And then you still got Blackwell that's still up in there. And yeah, we shall see who makes it to the final roster. It's gonna be very, very interesting to see to who makes this final roster with a lot of cuts that has came down from the Chicago Bears. And right now we are starting to get some of the latest updates. Right now, Kyrie Blasingame has been let go. The Bears have, according to Brad Biggs, Bears have terminated the contract of fullback Kyrie Blasingame as a vested veteran. But the plan is to bring him back. Team is expected to re-sign him on Wednesday for the same amount, which is $1.5 million after it processes an IR move. So just some roster juggling and KB will stick. So we'll see. He ain't going nowhere, but it look like they gonna let him go and make everything complicated just to make it simple that he ain't going nowhere as of right now. That's what it seemed like. I need to put a brush to it, my guy. For real, Jacob Home. I need to put a brush to it. I ain't gonna lie to you, big dog. For real. Are y'all upset that the Chicago Bears really didn't have a lot of production coming out of the defensive tackle spot as far as sacks and hits. Y'all a bit upset about that? And how y'all feeling about the new additions? Darrell Taylor, Chris Williams, defensive back. I think those are two interesting pickups. Really. I really do. And how many did y'all see the press conference of Darrell Taylor and how many times he said that he's excited to be a Chicago Bear? Hey, he had to at least say it at a minimum 30 times. Once they got to the number 30, I just turned it off. I ain't gonna lie to you. Definitely could have kept it going. Bro, he said he's excited to play for the Bears 30 times. It was crazy. And he should be excited because it's a new way that we about to come in with. We about to go ahead and bring some pressure and let these guys know that we here in the NFC North. It's about to get ugly. I ain't gonna lie. He said it 43 times. See, I turned it off at 30. My man's kept watching. Shout out to B Mace, for real. 43 times Darrell Taylor said that he was excited to play for the Chicago Bears. 43 times. I don't know what else more you need to know or hear to know that a guy is excited. For real. They pay him to hit and play defense, not talk. I'm with you on that, Brandon. Can't even lie. Can't even lie to you, bro. They definitely gotta the guys that they bringing in, we expecting results, bro. That's just what it really comes down to. And the Bears media, they still kind of slow on releasing this information to us. I'm seeing a lot of Eagles and Raiders and things like that, but nothing too much, at least for the finals for the Chicago Bears. We still playing the waiting game with these guys. For real. It's a lot of promise. We got savages looking to wreak havoc. Oh no. I'm with you though. I think that with the additions of Darrell Taylor and Chris Williams, they are two interesting pickups who are low risk, high reward players. I think you can't go wrong with a pick swap and just sending off a 6th-round pick. We know a lot of those guys that the Bears have drafted in the last few years, they've been, guys that haven't panned out so well. You know what I'm saying? So I remember Travis Bell. He just got released from his team. Noah Sewell has been a question mark so far. Those later rounds. And I believe that at one point the Bears had picked up a safety and he's no longer here. So, yeah, it's a lot of interesting stuff. How much different is it for a player like him to go for 4-3, go to a 4-3 from a 3-4? All right. So with the 3-4, a lot of those guys, they will be able to rush the passer, but they also have an obligation not only to just seal the edge, but sometimes drop back in coverage more so than defensive ends in a 4-3. Now, the same responsibility applies when it comes to the defensive end that they have to seal their edge, but the chances of them dropping back in coverage are a lot slimmer. And there will be some different type of things that go into it. But this guy, now he's going to be going downhill more often than dropping back in coverage. Because if you think about it, and I want to transition into it just to bring it up. When people talk about the Micah Parsons stuff, look, I'm not the biggest Micah Parsons fan. That's just me. But when it came to if the Bears went after him, I just didn't know if he fits the profile that the Bears have, since him being a bit undersized as a rusher. And the proof is in the pudding. He's a bit undersized when the rushing comes. And when you talk about him being able to play, teams have killed the Dallas Cowboys defense by attacking him. I don't want that type of liability on my squad. That's just me. And I got to pay him a boatload of money. That's just me. And then Jay Capone, I did just see the latest update that A.J. Dillon has been placed on the injured reserve. You said that he's out for the season. Let me see what he out for the season for. Because they put him on injured reserve, that's a minimum of 4 weeks before he can return. So I sound crazy for saying that I don't want Micah Parsons. That's just me. Hey, I got something for you, Rich News and Sports. How many games has Micah Parsons played in the playoffs? He's played 4. How many sacks do he have in the playoffs? 1 out of 4 games. I'm not saying he's a bum. He's a really talented player, really good player. But I'm not paying that type of money for a guy that's a bit undersized, in my opinion, as a edge rusher that we trying to get in a 4-3 defense. He fits a 3-4 pretty damn well. But in a 4-3 defense, he's not my type of player that I will be bringing onto the squad and paying a boatload of money and giving up a bunch of assets. That's all I'm saying. So if I sound crazy for saying that, I'll be crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I will be crazy right here to say that Michael Parsons hasn't showed up in one playoff game. And guess what's going back? The stats. Look at the stats. He's a front runner. That's just my viewpoint on him. I like other guys a little bit more, but they will not be a Chicago Bear. So I'll leave it like that. You feel me? That's how I'm looking at it, bro. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm trying to get the update. See if they release the full list, because that, as of earlier, they had to release 9 more players to get it down to that 53. Micah just transitioned to DE, I think, last year, so might be better. We'll see. We'll see, dog. I ain't mad at it. I just want to see more before I say here go all the money. That's all I'm saying. But he didn't have Sweat on the other side. That's a fair point. But hey, I rebuttal with he did have DeMarcus Lawrence on the other side too. And then never mind. I was about to say something about Deron Bland, but he's a defensive back, so that wouldn't be good to add that in that conversation. I'll be hurting myself. Parsons is too much money, especially if we're building a team for years of being in the postseason. I mean, see, it's a tricky one, because if you pulled up right now, and let's just say 2018 Khalil Mack was available, is that a move you make? That's all I'm saying. Is decisions you got to make you got to think about, because now you got rookie contract right in your hand. Now you know that you got a generational talent on the squad. I'm just saying, you got generational talent on the squad that you believe is at your quarterback, and he just got to show in a few weeks that he that guy. You do have to put chips in there. That's why it's a conversation that can be definitely understood on both sides of the discussion. For real. So for the people that do want him, I ain't mad at you. I wanna go for the chip too. We starving for it. No, see that's why sometimes you get yourself in trouble. So Khalil Mack, when he was over, he played in a 3-4, but the difference is the profile of the player. Khalil Mack is bigger and stronger, so he fits the mold a little bit better, in my opinion. But there still will be challenges schematically. Just how I'm looking at it. Steve-O in the building. What up, dog?
Bro, it took me about 10 minutes just to get in here,
I
bro. I
seen you
don't know
coming
what's
in and
going.
out. Man.
Yeah. So I see you talking about the Micah. I think that's what you was talking about, right?
Yeah, I was definitely talking about that. I pretty much said, me personally, he has to show me more for me to give up a bunch of assets and a bunch of money for a guy in 4 playoff games. He only has 1 sack, bro. That's not something I'm willing to give up a bunch of assets and a bunch of money to, at least right now.
I said, I don't know if you caught what I said earlier, because I kind of briefly talked about it. I said, Micah is a swing that I don't necessarily think we should be taking a swing of this early. One, like you said, it's a big boatload of money that we're gonna have to go get him, and we're going to get us at least 2 first round to 3 first round picks to get him as well. So alongside with everything else, he plays in the 4-3, yeah, but at the same time, you don't want to make swings a little too early and big swings a little too early, because you don't even know if this is going to be the core that you're going out for a championship for.
True.
So My
I like
whole
that.
purpose is if you gonna go after this dude, he's probably the final piece to this D line that we need to bring us over the hedge to become a legit to contender because you don't want him to be a main core reason why this defense is the way it is. And I think with us having Sweat and us getting the D tackle underway, the room we got at linebacker, the room we got at DB, I don't know if this is the year, right? This year, I said maybe next year in the year in maybe mid season we can know if we can go make a move like that. But as of this year, that's not a move I'm willing to make right now.
I'm with you on that. I think, yeah, I think it make perfect sense because the way that you said it, the way that you framed the whole statement. Anyway, um, you don't want to swing too fast because you can definitely mess up some stuff if you start trying to add guys that don't necessarily fit the mold. And I'm not saying that he doesn't. We just don't know. Sometimes you think somebody can come in and revive their career, or you know what I'm saying, take that next step with you as the organization, and sometimes it just don't work, no matter how good the
Yeah.
play is.
Yeah, that's why I said I mentioned earlier, like how I felt like Jameer Gibbs was a swing that was a little premature because that wasn't necessarily a pick that you needed that early. You needed to add a little bit more defense on the defensive side of the ball. Like, don't get me wrong, it worked out for him for the end, but in a result of getting a running back, that's more of a luxury piece or a piece you add on when everything else is finalized. So you don't want to take a super early. Like I even mentioned, like Khalil could have been a little bit of a premature signing
Mm,
because yeah, the D line he made the D line dominant, and the dishes that we add to it dominant, but the secondary wasn't as best as it could be. The linebacker core was better, but I will argue that our linebacker core now was way better than the 2018 linebacker core. And
agreed.
yeah, like I said, the secondary from the corners and the safeties just wasn't up to par as well. So with us getting all that money to Khalil, yeah, we had a dominant damn D line, but they was the main reasons why we was getting turnovers. It wasn't everybody else around us. It wasn't the corners. Like it wasn't the safeties. Like if the D lineman didn't get home, we wasn't getting turnovers. If D lineman wasn't getting pressure up the middle off the sides or causing stupid throws to happen, we wasn't getting it. So when it comes to Khalil Mack, yeah, we could have strike while the iron was hot, but I always felt like Khalil Mack was a waste because we didn't get everything else together.
That's a fact. Cause definitely, cause who was the rusher opposite of Khalil Mack at that time? Oh, it was goddamn Georgia kid. What's his name? Leonard Floyd.
Leonard Floyd, yeah.
Yeah, and he ain't never really pan out or live up to that expectation. It's kind of the
He
same
left
thing
and
what's
won a
going on
championship.
right now.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Left and won the ship and was
Yeah.
decent.
Yep.
That's kind of
Like
it's kind
we
of
we
the same
went through a
thing right
couple people. We went to a couple people on the other side that just didn't figure it out. I mean, of course, we add Robert Quinn, but then when it come to that point, we was old
now.
as hell at that point.
Yeah, Akeem
Yeah,
Hicks
like
couldn't
but
stay on the field. None of that.
like, exactly. So we got a super young defense. He will be younger, so it makes more sense. But like I said, if we gonna make a swing like that, has to be calculated, has to make sense. Damn near everybody on this team from the position standpoint, offensive line, quarterback, running back, wide receiver, safety, they're finalized. If that's not finalized, I'm not really looking forward to make a big move for Michael Parsons.
I'm with you on that. So pretty much you willing to wait a little time
Yeah,
for sure.
but we know that's what Poles does anyway. We seen it with Matthew Judon. We seen it with everybody else.
For sure. Jay Noise, he said, just tuning in. What I missed, the Chicago Bears taking all day to release they final cuts.
Bro,
Is y'all trying to make us wait till later tonight? You know
I
what I'm
took a
saying?
nap and everything. And I'm thinking, oh, by the time I wake up, this motherfucker gonna be dropped. That way it been live 8 minutes. By the time I get in, this motherfucker still ain't dropped. Like
Bruh.
I told you, I feel like what's taking them so long is since yesterday they've been trying to decide who in this DB room is gonna stay because they didn't want to get rid of nobody.
Man, because
Like we
it's
already
tough.
see We already see Grand Strowman Jr. get cut, so we kind of figured that. But everybody else played their ass off in the
That's a
preseason.
fact.
So I know they having a difficult time too. And even now, like I'm seeing with like Austin Reed getting cut, like I think because we saw such an uptick in production in the backups of the all defense, like I think we're gonna keep a lot of defensive players on this team more than offense. That's why all the offensive players that we thought had a chance to make this team ain't making it.
For real. That's a fact. And they cut some losses. When you talk about J. Tyree Carter, that's a
Yup.
loss. You know what I'm saying? You know, because you can't I thought he was all right. You know what I'm saying? He has
Yeah.
been all right. You know what I'm saying? Before prior to this preseason, I guess in my mind, the coaching staff obviously want to go in another direction. I'm not mad at it either because Bill Murray had himself a preseason. Matt Pryor had himself a preseason, and I know Poles ain't ready to give up on Ryan Bates. So and the young guy you just drafted in Quran. So that's something it's just tough
Yep.
decisions.
It's tough decisions. They looking down in the path and seeing what they have with when it comes to that. Um, like we even talked about it. We thought OL Hayes thought that Larry Bowen was on his way out just because of the money and how much we would have to pay him with that. But I just felt like when it came down to it, we know he's gonna be playing a lot majority of the time. He's gonna play in backup guard, and out of all the guards that we've seen, he was able to handle the bull rush, and that's
Yeah,
majority of what you're gonna see when playing guard. So I felt like that's the reason why they kept him. Plus, they don't got to tell him anything new. We pretty much we got still got SEMO and everything, so he know pretty much everything that's still going on.
for sure. Out of Vera, I think that's a good point when it comes to that defensive end position. He said the DE position opposite of Sweat will become included if Booker becomes the guy later on in the season, or Taylor and Book become the 1-2 punch, or a high round draft pick at DE. So that's what I believe Steve-O was kind of alluding to too. And you correct me if I'm wrong. It was pretty much saying like, hey, see what you got before you take the swing. Be too early because then you can be out of something you ain't really necessarily got to be out of in assets or money when one of the guys is right there on your squad, possibly already.
Yeah, because you really got to realize, like, once you make a move for somebody like Michael Parkins, it you go from a mindset of filling out versus nigga, it's time to win in 0.2 seconds. Like once the ink is dry, we're trying to win right now. So like it almost like negates everything else that you didn't build for the future for, because once you make a prominent move like that, it's kind of gonna hurt you in the end if you don't win the championship.
For
Leave it
real.
up to the fucking Bears to go past the
Yeah.
deadline and not have the damn roster out when the deadline was fucking
Bro,
30 minutes ago.
that's
Leave it
it.
up to the
30
Stop with
Chicago
minutes
this
Bears.
after.
fucking background
30,
shit.
30 fucking minutes, bro, and the
Where
Bears
your
still don't
face
have the
at? I feel
damn
like I'm
thing.
talking to my brain. Where you at?
Nigga feel like my conscience.
Bobby,
Right,
this is
there
your
we go. That's
conscience.
the
This
word.
is your conscience, nigga. Nigga. What's going on, famo? Glad to
What
see my
up?
brothers in the building, bro. Kahari blasting game. Did not expect that one at all, bro. Did not expect
Yeah.
Kahari
Uh-huh.
blasting game. Y'all didn't know that? He
Yeah,
got cut
that's
about
what
10
that's the
minutes
one
ago.
I had. Well, that's the one, Steve-O, you was
He got
just about to
cut.
come in and it kick
Yeah,
you out.
Kahari blasting game got cut, bro.
But they were saying that the plan, well, Brad Biggs said that the plan was to bring him back on Wednesday, but then place him on
You better
IR.
bring you the fuck
I
back
don't know.
Oh, he's
because what?
injured. He's injured.
So it says, so this is according to Brad Biggs. He said, the Bears have terminated the contract of Blasted Game as a vested veteran, but the plan is to bring him back. Team is expected to re-sign him on Wednesday for the same amount, 1.5 million, after it processes an IR move.
Okay. That's
But
all I need to know because I was not happy about that. Not at all.
hold on, what the Bears doing? They just placed Jacob Martin on short-term IR, which means he could potentially return before week 5. Is in the last update that just came
Okay,
out.
well that's good. That's yeah. I'm not too mad at Brendan Bates, like because listen, you do have 3 guys there that are all like Brendan Bates is a guy that could eventually take over, maybe for
Who?
Gerald Everett or whatever else. So
Wait, Brendan Bates.
We said
Brendan
Jacob
Bates.
Martin, G.
Oh, you said Jacob Martin. My bad. I'm
I'm
reading
like,
stuff
who?
else. Jacob Martin. Oh, the plan is to bring back. Why did my brain register? I guess like
That's
just
what I'm trying to see where we going with this now. What we doing?
Why the fuck I ain't heard Travis Homer fucking name cut
listen.
yet?
If Kahari Blasingame isn't going to be on the roster to start, Travis Homer's probably going to make this final 53-man roster.
Bro, oh my god, we need to be
He's
a
going to be
12-man
cut because
protector.
they're going to have to cut him if they plan on bringing Kahari Blasingame back. So it's probably just a short-term thing. Don't.
For sure.
I hope we're trying to break him back Wednesday because I'm like I said, I need motherfuckers that can block that back there. And if we still got
what does Travis Homer do well? What does he do?
Nothing.
Well?
Nothing.
I don't like, and I don't like shitting on people outright, but really, I've never seen a game where I'm like, oh, Travis Homer killed it at that.
No. He
like
can't,
never.
He can't be a gunner. He can't special team. He can't read gaps. He's slow as shit. So I don't even know how he became a goddamn
that
special
man got
team.
so close to the mic when he said he's slow as shit. Like damn, see what he felt that, bro.
Because like I remember when we signed him, I'm like, okay, we might have figured out a special team. Then I see him take back a kick, and I'm like, this motherfucker look like Trent Taylor back there. Why we sitting here trying to? This ain't gonna work. He just not a good running back. He really a fullback.
I know you guys probably talked about it while I wasn't on here, but how do you feel about the Bears going into the season with only 2 quarterbacks on the roster?
I don't like it. I just don't like it. I've already told you. I've seen enough when it came to Baltimore, and they went through 4 quarterbacks or 3 quarterbacks like that. So I feel like it should be mandatory. You should have 3 on this roster. So the fact that we don't, I don't like it.
Yeah, it was a bit confusing to me. You know, I thought they was on at least keep one of them, but it seemed like at least one of these guys, most likely Austin Reed, will be going on the practice squad. So yeah, but I at least thought Brett Rippon was gonna go. They just flat out released him so he could sign someone else.
Who the fuck you talking about, Vince? I don't mean that aggressive, like I said. I'm just talking shit.
So
either me or Steve-O could qualify for the special teams coach. Which one?
I can't wear a visor no more. No, because you got Jacob Pong talking about look like Flus. First of all, Flus don't wear no damn visor. That you could have said nagging. Well, I definitely don't look like that bitch, nigga, because I got hair. That's where I'm wearing a visor. I ain't trying to be no coach, goddamn, because I slap one of these motherfuckers.
That's hilarious, bro. That's hilarious. That's funny, bro. He said somebody looked like a special teams coach. I was immediately gonna go to Steve-O, then I had to look at what I had on. Like, wait a second. What are you talking about?
You do look like the running back coach.
Bro,
I know. I got on the athletic shorts too. I definitely look like I'm about to be out there like, hey, you missed that gap read, bro. Like, so.
hey, Valens, I swear to God, bounce out one more time. Bounce out one more time.
I couldn't be the running back coach with Valens Jones on the team because he'd roll over to the sideline like, Coach, I got 5 yards. Yeah, you could have got 10 if you knew how to read a fucking gap, motherfucker. What is wrong?
Real used to be
like, what we doing?
Now you ain't know. He said I look like a D-Lab coach. I'm the one that told. I was the one that told Akeem Hicks to take the goddamn gloves off and just wear the tape.
On me. And big fella took off.
On me. He was 26 when he took off on my mama.
On me.
He said the most light-skinned running back coach. Damn, they said you're light-skinned.
First of all, the actual the running back coach is lighter than I am. Like, Jesus Christ, bro.
Yeah.
Jeez.
He is light as hell.
Did you even do BR yet?
Yeah, done with BR. Like they told
me 25 minutes.
So they were like, I was like, well, what do you want to do? You want to wait for the roster release? They said we got a hard stop at 4:30. I said, well, we can figure this shit the fuck out. So
real. So we made it work.
But I predicted Kahari Blasingame to make the roster, and that shit clearly didn't happen. So that's crazy.
You just know that Hardy better be on in the squad.
Listen, that's the one that I'm waiting
that's
for.
That's what I'm waiting on. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Hardy needs to be on this team. That's what I'm.
First of all, also let's shout out to C-Dub last night for dropping a late night video after Caleb Williams' tweet on Caleb Williams winning Michael Parsons. Shout out to
he
C-Dub,
jumped on that expeditiously.
Hey, bro, like literally, I'm talking about like because I had some shit going on. By the time I realized that Caleb Williams tweeted that, I was going to text y'all like, "Hey, y'all want to jump on this?" The video was up. I was like,
"What?"
And then he
Let's
put that
go.
goddamn taco sauce down, and he said, "Fuck that, I gotta get this shot out."
Hey,
Put
bro,
that
you
motherfucker in the microwave so quick.
always know when C Dub's excited about something, because any other time C Dub be like, y'all fucking with it, y'all want to do this. He was excited about this shit. He ain't say nothing to nobody. That nigga went, he went right to the studio and said da 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 da. Like,
He said, "I ain't asking these niggas
Let's
nothing.
go.
This
I'm
shit
all
said Michael
for it.
Parks is. That's all he need to hear."
Larry
yeah,
Borum traded to the. Is that wait? Hold on. Is that facts?
This real?
Hold on. This is
And
why I
what we
always gotta
get
have
back?
Twitter up.
Hey, Jay Capone,
But
don't you do no
you
damn
gotta watch Jay
Kev shit.
Capone, bro, because sometimes Jay Capone be
He
staring
be
at his
high.
legs and thinking he see shit, bro. Like you gotta watch out.
What up, though, Runt? For a fourth? What? Somebody hold on.
I don't
Hold
see
on.
this anywhere
Hell
on
no.
Twitter. I see
Where
this
are y'all
nowhere on
seeing
Twitter.
this?
You ain't getting me. I told you he pulled a calf. He pulled a
I
big
don't see it.
calf.
Somebody got him, I think, bro. I don't see this nowhere on Twitter right now. Now
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that it didn't happen, because there's been times which hell I've broke news before it got on Twitter before. But let me check my other
real.
look. Let me check my other spots.
He said how when he hurt.
I mean, this ain't Madden. You can trade players while they're hurt. I just want to let y'all know that. Like sometimes, not y'all. I know y'all know on the panel, but like sometimes fans be like, "You can't trade him. He's hurt." Nigga, this ain't 2K and Madden. You can trade anybody anytime.
Oh yeah, so you did catch one of them. The Bears are cutting Brendan Bates.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't
Pats
see
traded
nothing
him for a
about that.
sixth. For a sixth. And listen, I'm not mad at that. Get more picks.
Hey, I hope
Real,
Mike
get your
is this
6 round.
motherfucker. I hope Mike is in the chat, motherfucker, because you sat here and argued me down, talking about Pose was sitting here wasting picks, and I told you he could get a 6-pack in 4 seconds, and look, he got a 6-pack.
He got a
I
6
told your ass. I told your
He
ass.
got a 6-pack. He said he saw it on Goop.
Hold on. Let me check
He
one
got
more
a
source.
6-pack.
Give me 1 second.
He got a 6-pack.
That's crazy.
Hey, that's gonna be the
y'all
song of
typing
the
in some
episode.
exclusive stuff because only.
Yeah, I don't
Hey,
see
that'll be
anything.
cold, though.
I don't see anything reported in anything out here about Bourne being traded. So
Man, I
let's
keep
hold back on
refreshing
that
my
right
stuff
now.
too.
Yeah, I don't see nothing about it.
They try to put that under the radar. They don't want to let niggas know that they did it.
Bates will be back on the practice squad. I can see that. They're gonna have some decent players that perform well on there.
The fact that this should just tell everybody how good this Bears secondary is going to be. The fact that Greg Stroman Jr. just got traded.
Facts.
I'm not traded, but got cut by the team. Yeah, like
bro.
that's how. Keep in mind, Greg Stroman Jr. started 2 or 3 games for us last season and played amazingly well.
Oh yeah, towards the end of the season. Yep, sure did.
Yeah.
So
who is the running back 2 on the team? It look most likely Khalil Herbert.
It's gonna be Khalil. Khalil, I can't block a motherfucker. Herbert. Yeah, it's gonna be him. So hopefully he hopefully he had hella bounce outs to the side, because that's the best we gonna
He
get.
talking about hella bounce outs.
Jay Capone, you look like a transformer has sex with a nigga from the west side of Chicago, bro. So how about that? What we talking?
We have made the Bears just released it, I think.
They officially released the depth chart or the trade.
They definitely officially released it on their social media.
Okay, let's go take a look.
I'm still stuck on the damn joke. He look like what again?
A transformer had sex with the dyke from the west side of Chicago.
And
That's okay. Anyway,
we had Steve-O stuck.
that's a fucked up relationship when you really think about it. A transformer.
What happened?
You saying you still ain't pull it up?
No, you see it?
Yes. It's on ChicagoBears.com.
Okay, I was looking at the Chicago Bears tour. I'd be forgetting the Bears have an actual website. So
You talking about actual website?
let's go there.
Oh, the real. So we got Austin Reed. He's out of there. Brendan Bates is out of there. Mr. Canada, Theo Benedict was waived. Jake Curran, Jamari Crowman, Micah Bakersville.
Oh, wait, he got cut?
He got waived.
Damn.
Reddy Stewart.
Reddy Stewart got waived?
Was waived.
All right, let's go through the roster. So we got it. The quarterbacks. So 2 quarterbacks, Tyson Bagent, Caleb Williams. The running back room is Khalil Herbert, Travis Homer, Roshan Johnson, DeAndre Swift. The wide receiver room, Keenan Allen, Romo Dunze, DJ Moore, Valus Jones, Tyler Scott. They still have Valus listed as a wide receiver. Mercedes Lewis, Cole Kmet, Gerald Everett are your tight ends. On the offensive line, Kieran Amagaje, Ryan Bates, Nate Davis, Tevin Jenkins, Braxton Jones, Doug Kramer Jr. still makes the roster, Bill Murray, Matt Pryor, Coleman Shelton, Darnell Wright. That's your offensive line rotation. Defensive linemen, Andrew Billings, Austin Booker, Javon Dexter. Daniel Hardy makes the roster. Zach Pickens, Dominique Robinson, Montez Sweat, Darryl Taylor, DeMarcus Walker, Chris Williams. What does that mean? Oh, it's because Jacob Martin got let go. Linebackers, Tremaine Edmonds, TJ Edwards,
Dominique make it.
Agbon Jamia, Jack Sanborn, Noah Sewell, so no Micah Baskerville. The backs, Josh Blackwell, Jaquan Brisker, Kevin Byard, Kyler Gordon, Elijah Hicks, Jalen Johnson, Jalen Jones, Jonathan Owens, Terrell Smith, Tyreek Stevenson, no Reddy Stewart.
I'm sorry, Reddy Stewart better than fucking Jalen Johnson. I ain't trying to hear
like Jalen Jones, you mean?
Jalen Jones, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I would have kept Reddy Stewart over Jalen Jones, in my opinion, as well. And then, of course, Cario Santos, Patrick Scales, and Torrey Taylor as your specialists on special teams.
What?
Jalen Jones over Reddy Stewart is wild to me.
That's completely wild.
I don't know about that one, bro.
And I'm trying to figure out. I feel like we missing somebody because Dominique Robinson made the squad. So who else did we thought had a chance to make it?
I think Jacob Martin.
Didn't.
The fact that Jacob Martin.
Oh yeah, you're right. Jacob Martin. Yeah.
But to me, like, what else do you want to see Reddy Stewart show you? Like, Jalen Jones is heading into his 4th year in the league.
Exactly. Wash your hands with that.
Like, and not to say that he's terrible, but like Reddy Stewart has shown such a ability and just a specialty of being able to get takeaways that, like, man, that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. I would have rather take one, even if you wanted to keep Jalen Jones, get rid of Dominique Robinson, keep Reddy Stewart on this roster.
That's a fact, because
Jalen Jones played against the same backups the last 3 years, ain't his shit.
Man,
that's the fact.
I don't know. I don't understand that one.
The fact Reddy Stewart and Micah Baskerville are 2 players that showed that they can get takeaways.
Bro, I just
they
don't
take away and tackle.
Yeah.
Takeaways and tackles. Like, before we even got the takeaways with Reddy, we had 3 games with 3+ tackles.
Yeah.
Jalen Jones ain't getting you 2.
That's crazy.
Like, at the end of the day, like, you can't say you value something and then you don't sign the 2 motherfuckers who caused the most turnovers. Like, that just don't make sense.
So just a couple interesting tidbit on this roster. Out of the 53 players that are on this roster right now, how many do you think have been acquired by Ryan Poles?
Shit, I think so. Jalen Johnson, that's not him. I'm just, before I even try to figure this out, I'm just saying like 48.
That's the exact number.
48.
48 players on this roster have been the only players that Ryan Poles did not acquire that are on this roster: Khalil Herbert, Cole Kmet, Jalen Johnson, Patrick Scales, and Jenkins. That's it.
That's crazy, man.
And when people say that he's really turned this whole roster over, bro.
Facts, literally, and fixed the money. That's crazy. I still don't know. Like, I ain't gonna say I mean the linebacker wasn't bad. He wasn't bad. I'm not gonna, but
Agbon Mamika?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he wasn't bad at all.
Nah,
Bro.
that motherfucker was leading, and when it came to linebackers, he's at the top list every game.
Yeah, I
So
think
I
I think
knew he was making it.
he actually graded out as the best linebacker in the preseason
Yeah,
per Football Focus.
That's
that's why I
crazy.
said I knew I had no worries. He was making it. He was a lot. Like I said, I felt like Miga couldn't possibly threat Jack Sanborn. That's how good he played.
Sheesh.
So,
Would that wash y'all hands with Noah Sewell, bro? In favor of Baskerville?
No, just because it's the versatility and
the
it's
upside is still there.
the upside is still there, and it's really just been injuries that's he been dealing with.
And I think
So
this is what I'll
go
say
ahead.
though. To me, you only can give him one more season. If he's still hurt the
Yeah.
majority of this season and all the preseason again, you got to cut your losses with it at this point.
For real. I want to know why they ain't cut the losses with Dominic Robinson, unless they feel like he was good when they had him lined up in the inside. I don't know.
I mean, he wasn't garbage. I mean,
Nah, he was better. He was better.
Good. He was good. I just felt like there was people in other positions that outplayed him.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta read that one. Hold on.
That's
Why
crazy.
is Travis Homer on this roster? That's
Jalen
what I.
Jones
That's the
got
other thing I don't
nothing.
like.
I completely agree with you, bro. Reddy Stewart should have definitely been on this
I
roster.
don't like seeing Travis Homer on. I don't like.
They
I
say
don't
he
like
good
it.
at special teams,
Yes,
bro.
Homer's still on this team.
They're lying. They can say what all they want. I got eyes too.
Hell, that's the only reason why I feel like they kept DeAndre Carter. Special teams. That's the 6th wide receiver.
Yeah, fuck Carter.
Hey, I mean, that's where we sit right now.
That's what we running with, I guess.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Shit, you just hope that these guys step up, especially with the additions on the D line. We need more of that punch coming from the middle of the rush. I hope that them young guys can get it right.
Yep.
got
Wait, did we
a
talk
problem
about the
with
details of the trade? So you say you saw the Larry Borom trade?
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't. Okay.
No.
Because I don't even see it on ChicagoBears.com. But he wasn't listed on the final roster, so either he was cut or traded.
No, bro.
And maybe they're just going to announce it, which it could very well be possible they're going to announce the trade later. And they don't have to list them. If they know they have a trade in place, they don't necessarily have to list them on the roster. So
I didn't even see him as the players that was waived.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that does kind of point towards maybe a deal is maybe they had to get the roster submitted first.
Well, according to Bragg Bills, they said also, this was 5 minutes ago, it says Larry Bourne is on IR, designated to return, so that's good news. He sustained a right ankle injury against KC.
Yeah, I see this too. It looks like Shapiro tweeted that as well. So, yeah, I don't know where Jay Capone saw it. See, that's what we be talking about, bro. Jay Capone, like, that's what happens. Bro, like, Jay Capone be smoking that stuff that we don't have access to as regular humans. We just don't have it, bro. We don't have it.
Yeah, we just figured that one out, DeLon. For sure.
I ain't gonna lie, I got a problem with you telling me Travis Homer and Dominique Robinson outplayed Reddy Stewart. That's crazy to me. Travis Homer should not be on this team, and Reddy should not be fighting for a job. That's fucking crazy. Like, at what point is there a medical thing we don't know about this motherfucker at some point? Like, that's the only thing I can understand. Like, man, y'all finna piss us off on this Hard Knocks. I already know when y'all tell him he got cut. Y'all finna, man.
Oh, bro, it's definitely finna be one of those.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure.
It's gonna be all interesting.
I better see 5 punt returns from this white light ass nigga. I swear to God,
that's crazy. That's crazy. This nigga Steve-O, bro.
That is crazy, but I don't know, fellas. Y'all got anything left? Y'all got the roster. There it is. Y'all got anything left though?
See, just like that fucking bitch ass fucking Panthers picked up Reddy Stewart, that damn thing.
See, I knew, like yeah, he's not. Listen, that like I knew Reddy Stewart wasn't going to be out there long, bro. Like it just, there's no way that he would be somebody who's out there a long term. He's been too fucking good, bro. And you know what? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this time next year Reddy Stewart is a starting cornerback in this league.
That'd
So
be
they
good.
traded already.
Oh, they
It
traded
looked
him?
like that's what I'm.
They said it
They
looked
said
right.
it's a last second trade proposal
Hey, there was an article that did come out that I
For a
read.
7th.
for a 7th.
So they feel like he got it.
I'm not. Listen, for an undrafted free agent, you get a 7th round pick back. I'm not mad at that. I still would rather have Reddy Stewart on this roster. Make no mistake about it. But I'm not mad at it if it comes down to if you got anything back. If you already he wasn't gonna make the roster. I'm not mad at it. I'll just tell you that much.
We played the
Sure.
Panthers this year.
Yeah.
I don't know, but we keep getting
think-
picks from the Panthers.
Bro, how we keep I feel like this is gonna be a great relationship, Carolina. I feel like this is gonna be a great relationship in favor of the Bears.
Because
They
I'm about to say
They probably was
played
like, we can make the trade look a little bit better if we can get a starting cornerback out
Right.
of it. Like,
For real. We know we got
we
Bryce, but we also
played.
got
We
Reddy.
played. I'm about to say if we play this nigga, he finna ready set go. Yeah, we play this nigga October. He finna ready set go our ass, man. Oh my god.
shout out to Reddy Stewart, bro.
Y'all
Yeah,
always
man,
got
man.
one motherfucker we all wanted on this team, and y'all never sign him. It's always one.
Always. It's definitely always one. Last year
I'm
was
sorry.
Terrell
Like
Lewis,
I'd rather have him on the team than a bitch ass 7th. We ain't gonna use the 7th. Shit. We probably gonna end up trading that 7th for some fucking kicker, and who knows?
All right, y'all.
Man.
Beach Report just hit your boy up and said they want to pay me more money to go do a stream now that the roster's final. So I'll holler at y'all. Are we gonna close it out? Are we done? What we doing?
About to close this thing down. Steve-O, you got anything left to add, bro?
Since your last name Homer, you better home run some fucking goddamn points on the board, goddamn it.
Well, that's it from us, ladies and gentlemen. We brought y'all the latest update for your Chicago Bears. Make sure you tune in, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you want to call in and be a part of our mailbag episodes, call in, state your name, leave your take. The number to do so is 773-242-9336. Thank y'all so much.